be. Turn it up, Real FM, ride the frequency. Talking truth, talking change, talking all that's real. With Francis Pierre at the wheel. Politics to faith, the latest trend. We talk it out from end to end. When the clock hits 12, you know where to be. Turn it up, Real FM, ride the frequency. Talking truth, talking change, talking all that's real. With Francis Pierre at the wheel.
Welcome, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to our program On Target. We definitely will take you there. And you can pick up the telephone and give us a call. The number to call is 442-0175. We never have a subject matter. We speak on anything, international, regional, local, and you can introduce your own topic. So give us a call. We are on Real FM 91.9, we are 91.5, and we also on We Noise FM in Brooklyn, New York. And we have a lot of listeners in the United States, Canada, England, some of the other countries. Some 1 or 2 countries in Africa and Suriname and the Caribbean. And we want to send out greetings to our sister today, Annette, from the United States, one of our regular listeners on our program. We highly appreciate our people in the diaspora. We believe that we can change things. We believe that we are the custodian of what goes on in the government. We have to help the government to walk the straight and narrow. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, good
Yes.
afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
I can't wait long because I find you just take too much long time with KJ, and some of these people and them are calling and talking nonsense about what they can meet with people seeing he's a visionary person. He is a visionary person because from his campaign time, we should know that. Because what he said, the NDC what was there, they had the power. I could never forget, and they didn't know how to use it. But he's going to show them how to use power, and he's doing it. So he's doing a lot in Grenada, but it's only himself and fighting. Well, tomorrow is his turning for Polaris. Well, the turning sad all over. He turning sad, but the turning is a sad turning for you. How much he has and Delma Thomas building already. You know if I start building already?
Aye?
Because at home in Maribo, they start building this already.
I have no idea.
Because Delma, how long now then? Sad for the Carlton home. It should be almost finished already.
I have no idea.
So let the turn the sad because only photo they cut ribbon in Suez. We say they build it up to now. The fishermen cannot get access to it. So all what he's in is because of this thing what's going on now in Nigeria is the reason why he around Grenada for a while. He didn't know Grenada. He don't consider Grenadian. Consider those who vote for him. And the man that come here says saying about Dr. Kito asking what you for his constituency party how much years. Because remember Dr. Kito he's the best what passed in Grenada after Kerry. I could remember something a bus shed or a garbage bin. He was building and he was very far from where the road is to go down by where you live in. And I don't know decorated with, I know who is they put flowers, plant flowers, and the people start running them out and say, you don't see billing thing, garbage bin or what boss shed and decorate it with flowers. So not a fool. You know what? Well, he's doing. He was working for the country. He didn't work in for one area only. And we do a lot. He do a lot. He do a lot. And let them leave him to relax himself. No. So stop thinking about Dr. And Pierre will be there and she will do the best she can under his portfolio. God have a great day.
Yes, caller, thank you. But you have to always be, you have to understand that Dr. Keith Mitchell, his name would always ring in politics in Grenada. They are polarizing figure, Eric Matthew Gary, Dr. Keith Mitchell. They have done so much in this country. They have set a standard that other politicians might have an envious admiration for. When you speak about development in Grenada, you must call Eric Gary and Dr. Keith Mitchell. The only two political individuals that was able to win election on more than one occasion continuously. And Dr. Keith Mitchell won all the seats on 3 occasions, while in government, while in opposition. So his name terrifies the opponent. He won all his seats and left NDC with less seats than a bicycle. So they must be angry and upset. And they will do everything possible to tar his name. And you, those who support him, must promote. The best way you could deal with it is to promote the work that he have done in the country. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good day.
Yes, my brother.
The KJ guy, I don't know if you know that the government not paying debt. Going on 2 years now, the government
the government suspend the debt payment.
Mr. Pierre, that is not a good thing. And you see, if they put in the money was supposed to go towards debt. They squander it, traveling, doing all kinds of shopping, the money. If they better put us that money as savings, so anytime reach, is to repay back the debt. And now you're going to further almost 600 million or more debt to say for some hospital, and you don't know down the line if you could able to keep paying back the money. I don't know if people sit down and watching this thing and them now. You say, yeah, development coming car. But if you put that money in the productive sector, you will make back money. But this thing that you're hoping that people will come and live here. The thing you're building that you're hoping that people might come in here. I think this is a serious thing. You're not paying debt, and a lot of people don't know that. I don't even believe KJ know that, because KJ just following blindly. I don't think, but he does not know the debt payment money is also take and do develop the country. Because we're not paying the debt, so we also have some surplus. And now all budgets running in deficit. There are a big problem there. So I don't know. People look at the economy. I don't find that they're excited. Oh, we're going to put a bill in. So take them up here.
Yes, the government is not paying the debt. They suspend debt payment. The government is flaunting the economic discipline that was put in place. Most of the CARICOM countries end up in problem because they don't have economic discipline. So the Keith Mitchell government legislated discipline. What proportion of the money is supposed to go for debt? What's supposed to go for salary payments? What is the ratio between the debt ratio and the gross national, the GDP? The NDC flaunts it. They're gallivanting around the world, living gala life. And it's the most reckless government where spending is concerned. They spend $1 million on lights. No lights. They change lights that was working. They put lights that not working good. They get 118 million as a result of the burial insurance. They squander that money. They set up a ministry at MIT with a new permanent secretary, a new SAS, and a new minister. They go in the bank and collect cash. and the PS paying out cash. I've never heard that in my life. So they are squandering public funds, them and their friends, and they're pushing this country into economic bankruptcy. This is the worst government that was ever in the country. This is the government that is most unproductive towards agriculture. And the group around them, all of them want to be millionaires. There are some rumors that you're hearing that you can't believe. Difficult for you to believe. You don't believe human beings just do this thing in this modern day. Most of the ministers we hear are buying trucks, buying car, buying land. One had so much money in the bank, she cried out. 600,000 in the bank. One minister say, well, he rich. He satisfied. Even though he lose election, he say he make it. The very said minister that had less than $10 on his account, he make it. We believe that those who are promoting prostitution now around the country is part of Deacon's group. No morality. Deacon is kind of confused about morality. Everybody heard him. He said morality is a private thing. And that is not Tevin Andrew, you know. That is a lawyer. And lawyers' strongest talents is the manipulation of words. That's where lawyers strong. So when deacons say morality is a private thing, you recognize that his moral clarity is not part of his characteristic. And the Prime Minister believes in paying money for good relationship. Ask any lawyer, including Peter David, when people have a policy of paying money for good relationship, is it reasonable for us to consider it as bribery? Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, my brother, go right ahead.
Yes, today making 8 days since KJ called you and talking about man that looking good, man that attractive. Now, as you mentioned, this whole thing about the Prime Minister talking about morality. Now, people have to be very careful and listen to what these men are not saying. This is the first time in my whole life I hear a Prime Minister promoting immorality. This man is extremely dangerous. He don't believe in God, and he's trying to destroy this country through Satanism. And when I say trying to destroy this country through Satanism, when we look at the seance which he carried out, and instead of the pastors and the church leaders warning their people to stay away from such individuals, they didn't do it. Because when you read the scripture and you see how serious Almighty God takes this type of sin, right now what is happening in Grenada, it is a curse. The curse from Grenadians selecting a man that don't believe in God, a man who speaks of morality being private, a man who is trying his very best to destroy people's children. Mr. Pierre, when you hear KJ talking about this creative art, this whole thing is a setup, you know. These guys and them are using this thing to get access to little children, right? And people, Grenadians, have to wise up, seek wisdom from God. You hear KJ boasting about wisdom, he wise. KJ, if you read the Bible, you will see the scripture clearly tell us that if you want wisdom, you have to go to our Heavenly Father. There is only one source of wisdom in this world, right? But I know what you're practicing, KJ. You can't hide, because this is an area that I'm very versed in. I did a lot of research on it, right? So what you all are doing is destroying people's children. Because this whole thing about morality, look at the amount of immorality that is going on in this country. These little girls and them that go in and strip and all these things, this is what are they promoting. And this whole hospital thing is a fake, is another setup so that Grenadians going to vote for NDC. But I tell you one thing, if Grenadians make that mistake and vote for NDC, we done. Because I'll tell you what, they are pushing these projects now and let them win the next election. Everything falling down because they haven't got the funds. So it's a setup. They are playing Grenadians. Hope you have a good day.
Yes, scholar. I think sometimes I say yeah. What you do, you provide the information for our people as best as you can, and you leave our people, let them make the decision. Because we have the power to choose. We have seen in the past some of the architects of good governance, of accountability and transparency, how quiet they are, and they have absconded and get themselves safely in a cocoon. The silent paralysis of the tongue, we can't hear them. And Deacon advocates that he pays for good relationship. So that is a challenge. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
How you doing, my brother? Mr. Pierre, that brother what is called you there, KJ. He let out a lot of secrets what we have to take into question. There is a government inside a government. What this guy is, he don't realize what he is doing. Yesterday, when you talk about information is not given about this new hospital, the opposition have no information. Even parliament members, selected members, what must they have information? But you hear what this guy say? The guy say he have information that the opposition don't have. There is a selected set of people what have information who is not sitting in parliament. But they have the information that the opposition, the relevant set of people don't have. There is a government inside the government. This guy knows a lot of shit. He knows a lot. Anyway, hold it down, my brother.
Yes, scholar. The Prime Minister, prior to election, promised to legislate freedom of information. This man has lied. This man has told lies, particularly to every sector in our society. Every sector in our society, he felt it was necessary to lie to. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Good day, sir. How are you?
Great, man.
You know, it's a wonderful day to give thanks and praise all the
Go
time.
right ahead.
And one should always stand on the truth, because the truth will set us free. But information also sets us free. Information of the truth. Not putting the truth or burn it in a way with falsehood to manipulate, to misguide, to have zygotes and sycophants in a frenzy with false information. That is what Aristotle and Plato done with the black race. And it's unfortunate that some folks in high position, they're doing the same thing from a political point of view. They're messing up the minds of people with false information and twisting the truth. They got on the media and all they fit to do, critique progress, forwardness, and people with vision for this country. We've seen, Grenadians have seen, and the evidence are there to point out that Deacon Mitchell administration is forward thinking in terms of what they've done thus far for Grenada. Imagine you have a government who sees fit to definitely want to have a household, each family of a household in Grenada to graduate to have a university degree.
Color,
That is what your conclusion.
Color. You speaking about the truth, and you're
Right.
speaking about giving information. So now, please tell us what measure is taken to inform the people about that.
The measures being taken to inform the people is by educating the people, be it through Polaris, be it through the health, and be it through different forms of education via the media. What I think you should do with the media you're talking from now to educate the people, because you fully know the benefits that Polaris will bring to Grenada. And you fully know the benefits thus far what the government done for Grenada.
Caller, hear what you're doing. You're saying I know. I ask caller, let's work together. I ask you, what is the purpose? Who will be doing the research in the new hospital? It can't be St. George's University. They have been operating for 40 odd years. Who?
Right.
The hospital. The hospital is for research, teaching, and tourists. 3 specific, distinct principles. Who is responsible for the research?
The hospital is a multiplicity of things. You're talking about agricultural benefits.
Come on, not to do me that. Not to do me that, not to do us that. The hospital that we are building now is a teaching, research, and tourist hospital. So the government have 3 distinct principles, fundamentals. So tell us about the research part.
You and I know that this government, since they coming forward, they've been forward thinking and not just
they can lie more than when horse trotting. Every chance they can get the plane with my hand. If they live in corruption, they can fire a minister that put the evidence before him that there is corruption in National Lottery. They can drum the fence in the Grenada Development Bank and raid the bank. This man is a political bandit. He go in the United Nations and deceive the people of Kustov. What fraud Deacon is? Deacon sneaking in Nigeria, and in Nigeria, governor of Lagos State chastise him publicly. That is an embarrassment to Grenada.
So
That's what
what he done for Grenada. I could tell you more of what he done for Grenada.
There are not 3 things that you done for Grenada. 3.
You have the pension, the gratuity. You have raise a salary for a whole lot of folks. You have the lighting of the play field, and Polaris that is coming here, and many more.
All right, thank you, Color. You let me down, man. You could do better than that. I don't have to come to fight to point out good things that they can do, because the good things are so insignificant. When you talk about lighting of playfields, come on. They can take out the light in one playfield and put more light on the light of working good. Come on, Color. Playfields have been lit before Deacon. Tillman Thomas lit the Hermitage playfield before Sotes. Yes, Color, welcome. Yes, Color, punch. We lost that Color. Color, you there? All right, you have to call again. I think you're listening to the device in the back. Yes, caller, welcome.
Sir Pierre.
Go right ahead.
Good day. Sir Pierre, I would like to inform you about Don Mitchell, the man with a vision.
You want to give me 3 things that he did?
3?
Yeah.
Well, I will start with the small things.
You give me 3, whether big or small or little. Give me 3 things fundamental, unique, significant that he done.
Each one of those people pension, they have a card, they could go and collect the money.
I know this one.
Each one of those foreign people, they have a card. They could go and collect the money when they want.
The old people that are on bed, they have a card, they could go and collect the money in Grenville and other places. That what you tell me? The elderly people that incapacitated and blind, they get a card to go and collect the pension from the bank. All right, one.
You have one by me right now.
Give me two.
Two, we put laptop in all the secondary school.
What I put?
Laptop.
So you don't have computer gadget before?
No.
All right, okay, that is two. Next one.
Well, I ain't going with the pension and all this kind of thing.
Well, give me the next one because
Mr. Pierre, right now, by the stroke of a pen, the NDC make 2,000 people in this country.
what the LP? What you say the color? Say it again.
The government of Grenada,
Uh-huh.
no, by the stroke of a pen, they make 3,000 people permanent in this country.
Declare.
By the stroke of a
Color.
pen.
Ask the president of the color. Ask the president of the color. Ask the president of the Public Workers Union. Declare. You check down.
By the stroke of
You lie.
2,000 plus people get permanent in this country.
All right, color.
Right?
Yeah.
Mr. Don't go yet.
Well, go ahead. Ask him for three. You could make a substantive point now.
Mr. Pierre, a man with vision will never take a hospital and put it in Granite Road.
You still come back with that, color? Color, you still come back with this issue? Come on, man. Let's do better than that now. That is a nice little program that Tolerant. The hospital was built before Kit Mitchell come in power. The hospital was there before the revolution. Nothing is wrong with the site where the hospital is. If you want to build a new entity, that's not the issue. People are saying, give us information on the entity. The entity is as complex for our retired people to come. We are asking how the local would benefit. If you're struggling to provide service in the entities that you have, how would you satisfy both? That is what people is asking. People are not against grandiose program, but a lot of small countries bankrupt themselves with grandiose program. It's almost a paradox. You're fighting to build a hospital for retired people while you're promoting communism and Marxist-Leninism. That don't make sense. Which people are going to retire in Cuba? No, they want to go in America and England to retire. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, could give you three good things they can do for the country.
Go right ahead.
Embarrassers, lies, and thief.
Well, they're not good. That three things he do, but they're not good. He causes embarrassment to us. He go in the Caribbean, he anger Gaston Brown and others. Gaston Brown that spoke. Say if the Caribbean don't settle this thing by December, he's going to buy 2 planes. And then when he was asked about it, he giving the impression that somebody that tell him that, saying, well, you can't buy plane because you have to get license. Deacon, no, if you buy a motorbike, you have to license and insure it. So you expect to buy plane. This gentleman is an embarrassment, I agree with you. And he lied plenty. And he's definitely dabbling in the occult. And he incited young people in violence to use obscenities. He played with a weed tree, consumed weed publicly in the presence of the police. He's a corrupt individual. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
Yes, Deacon, let me give you some examples of Deacon kind of vision. Highway from Tongue to Sotel, that will take half an hour for drivers. That is vision. The lights on the carnage that are no longer existing, that is vision. The nets to hold the seaweed, that is vision. And how to turn Grenada women into prostitutes, that is the kind of vision that they can have.
And he promised to get black pepper as a substitute against cocoa and nutmeg because of hurricane. Black pepper. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller.
Just calling to congratulate you. You have the patience of Job, man.
Yeah,
you have about 3 fellas who have called there and trying to tell you how many things the government did well and did well and so on. And no matter how much you embarrass them, every day you're on, they're coming back to make the same points, you know. Anyhow, what I wanted to tell you is I really enjoy your program, and especially when you give us the truth about the revolution and the whole problem. And believe it or not, we're suffering with that up to now, because a lot of our young people do not know, they do not read enough, they do not understand what communism is, they do not understand what went on way back from Lenin, and then you had Stalin in the Second World War, who the Allies made a deal with him because they really had to get rid of Hitler, and he double-crossed them in the end. But I was just saying, until people really understand what communism is and this whole socialist drive, that destroyed a lot of the Caribbean already. You know, if Venezuela was a very prosperous place and that became to nothing because of that same Marxism and so on. So keep it up, because I think people need to be educated along that road. I wish our young people read a bit more and understand, because everybody seems to think this idea, this glorious idea about everybody gonna get everything for free and everybody gonna be happy. That is not, that just don't work. So I just wanted to compliment you and encourage you to continue with that. I wish I could give you more support, but this is about the fourth time I tried to call you. It's not easy to get into you. So anyhow, God bless, man, and keep it up.
Thank you.
We'll talk again sometime.
Yeah. Highly appreciate the encouragement. Very soon I'll have a program. I'm trying to get a series of program with people who spend time in jail during the revolution. Most likely it might come out on Wednesday evening, because it might have to be a pre-recorded program and coming from Studio Galaxy. But I believe it is very, very important for people to know what took place between 1979 and 1983. Because I see the extremists, the communists, Marxist, Leninist extremists lining up behind Peter David again. And I verily believe, and I'm fully convinced, that Peter David is just a Trojan horse. He's been used because Peter is a nice fella. And they cannot sell the ideology. Communist ideology cannot sell. So they have to use somebody that is palatable to the public, that the public would accept. And Peter is the victim here. He's been used. He's a Trojan horse. He avoided in the past all controversial issues. But now he's the leader in the front. So I think it's important that people know. A lot of the young people don't know. The revolution seems very glorious because Maurice Bishop was a great orator. But they who running on Maurice Bishop vibes now, they are the one that executed Maurice Bishop for being too moderate. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. P, as you talk about Peter, I don't know if you noticed the Sunday when they had the thing down in town. They had Maurice Bishop picture there. You know, that is what I say, especially when Ali Gale get up to speak and they were speaking about the airport. They had Maurice Bishop picture showing. That is what I want you.
Yes, and those are the same that execute Maurice Bishop. But they will have to use Maurice Bishop because they recognize a lot of people in the Caribbean still like Maurice Bishop. So they're using him. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm kind of I call blind today because the reception is real bad. I'm not really
Yes,
hearing.
yes.
I'm not hearing anything that you're talking about. But
Yeah.
I was listening to the news a while ago, and two striking issues came up. The disintegration of CARICOM is, you might say, inevitable right now. Because Pamela Bisesa have made a statement where she will cut back on fundings or contribution to CARICOM. Very critical of the reappointment idea of the CARICOM secretary. Which lady has been a controversy ever since before, even before she came in to be the secretariat boss in CARICOM. Because she made some controversial statement at one time or the other, and I followed this thing. And she was not even considered to be by a lot of people the best suited person for the job. But she's been there. And I don't know how much she contributed to the disintegration of CARICOM. And they don't very objection point of view of say what she's unqualified, she has been doing things stupid or whatever. She has not, Pamela didn't say to them. But Pamela is contributing to the disintegration of CARICOM. At the same time, too, how much CARICOM has been effective is a big question.
And you're breaking up a lot.
Because the way CARICOM has been functioning, there's a big question mark hanging over it. Because we make agreement, implementation has been with most people. Before we was going on over that, that has been hanging over CARICOM for a long time. But here comes Pamela, directly contributing to the disintegration. Another issue that showed up in the news just a while ago is that all the Cuban personnel who are involved in the medical field contributing to Jamaica will be going home. That is the final decision. It has not happened in Grenada so far, but it might happen very soon. But these are serious and unfortunate issues. The two issues I brought up so far, very unfortunate issues. And if CARICOM people, if West Indian people, the whole of the Caribbean people continue to contribute to this nonsense that Donald Trump, an American, is purporting to do to us, that's the end of us. The demise of the Caribbean people as a people togetherness should not be let to happen. This whole thing is pure nonsense. And this is why I'm vexed with you right now. So even for a second, giving kudos to anything Donald Trump.
Give me three policy positions that Donald Trump have that you against. Not his antics. Three policy positions that you against.
I agree that way. Donald Trump cares what people.
But there isn't a policy position. Give me three policy.
The man. So the policies of the third world people who he don't care about, to the extent that he called third world countries cheap old countries, epitomize and capture all policies as negative.
Okay.
Whatever policy that you
I wish you and I could have a discussion. I wish you and I could have I wish you and I could have a longer discussion on Donald Trump. But I would suggest to you that you go and do some research on Donald Trump from 1980. Some of the policy.
follow Donald Trump. I really see him on Facebook all the time. Man.
All right, okay.
When you see me on my phone, and I'm looking at things on Facebook and so on, these are the things I look at. But it's okay. That's a long discussion. We'll come back to it in due time. But listen, the day before I spoke to you, after that, I went on Facebook and there pop up a clip that was taken when a press conference was held by Chairman Thomas and the now Minister for Legal Affairs, Attorney General Labour, Father Joseph, in which he pointed out 6 points that they would use to address when they come into power in this country to deal with the CBI program. And Mr. Pierre, just about every word she spoke in that press conference to the nation, to the world, she contradicted right now. She's the Attorney General, the advisor, the main advisor, legal advisor to the government, the Prime Minister, and everything she said in that clip relative to what they would do about the CBI program is being contradicted right now.
Yeah.
The chief architect, the main profiteer of the CBI program right now, they could call whatever name they want to put nowadays, right nonsense, the same CBI program. But they wrap it up to the extent, to the extent that they're profiteering from it more than anything else, and the Prime Minister is chief of them.
Yes, scholar.
That clip. Everything that they're doing right now is a contradiction of it. And here comes Chairman Thomas, sit down there. And Chairman Thomas have a word to say about it right now. The corruption and the evil program that is going on within the CBI program. As much as the CBI program is a good idea, they are corrupted it to the extent that it has become blinding compared to what it used to be.
Yes, scholar, thank you.
Take care, sir.
Yes, when the United States of America put embargo on Russia and they asked Grenada to discontinue selling passport to Russia and Belarus and etc., the Grenada government say they're selling passport to human being. And Russia and them is human being, they're selling passport to human being. When the United States try to engage them in meeting, they snub the meeting. They come in Grenada and they can put a low-rank group of people to snub the American. The American drop $15,000 US penalty on you. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, scholar.
Grenada was one of the most highly respected little islands in the world. We had excellent leadership. The manner in which our previous government was managing the affairs of this country, well respected by IMF and other international organizations and governments. Now, look at what is happening. People is getting angry when Donald Trump called country shithole country. I love Donald Trump because, you know, one of the reasons why Donald Trump said as he see it. And right now, Grenada is on the verge of becoming a shithole country. So rather than we getting angry with Donald Trump, we need to do what is right in this country. Can you imagine? Look at government, right? Whereby you have people stealing as though it's a joke, right? At the end of the day, what will happen? Grenada on the verge of becoming a shithole country. And when we become a shithole country, don't vex about it, right? Because we have sufficient time. Take the warning. Open your eyes. Forget about Donald Trump. He's doing the right thing for the world and for the United States. Face the truth. Face the reality. Don't hide. Have a good day, sir.
Yes, scholar, I'm in full agreement with you. Almost all African countries, which one are the successful country? As soon as the African leaders get a chance, they buy in one amount of vehicle, they live in gala life, Same thing Deacon Mitchell doing. No respect for economic discipline, bribery and corruption. They're behaving as common thieves. And they have a number of people supporting them because Deacon decide to pay for good relationship. That is unacceptable. And KJ, seek some information. Ask Dennis Cornwall, who will be responsible for the research. Significant emphasis is placed on the research component in the hospital. Who is responsible for the research? Who is the guinea pigs? You're building a hospital for research, teaching, and tourism. Who are you teaching? Yes, Colonel, welcome.
Mr. Pierre?
Yes, Colonel.
How you do?
Great, man.
Right. Tell me something, Mr. Pierre. Which, right, as far as we know, right? What is the greatest resource of any country?
People.
Good. So, people, good. So, from the time the Gary era starts, right? Which is the country that's to really make the maximum use of human resource, or put the human resource to its maximum use?
In Grenada?
Yeah.
Which leaders?
Yeah, which administration or which
Gary and Kit Mitchell.
Okay.
Kit Mitchell have the most scholarship in record in history. And he had the greatest social safety net program. Really? Gary built the most schools. He introduced the St. George's University, the Run for the Landless program. So these two individuals have concentrated significantly on individual development. Morris Bishop sent a number of people and train, but he jailed too much people, so he lose.
Yeah, but let me say something here, right? I don't know much. You would know a lot more than
you. Didn't tongue long too,
and I respect
you
that.
Didn't tongue long too.
But you know, you must stop that, eh?
You didn't tongue long too.
But let me just say something here, right? At the end of all England and American, all those who propelling you know, human rights and the human rights and you know, and whatever else. I mean, those countries slaughter people by the millions, you know.
So that means they slaughter people.
No. I just saying.
You don't have to slaughter them.
Them slaughter people by the million. What in America? You even admit this same America have a lot of people in jail.
But it doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Mr. Pierre, listen. When hurricane come, it damage the good man, it damage the bad man. It just do thing, you know. So the point I'm trying to make here, right, is this, right? We had a revolution here. Well, call it coup d'etat, call it whatever it is, right? And what I'm saying is, I could have, right? I mean, I wasn't here for the entire the duration of the thing. But I could have seen people, you know, people on a whole, people generally speaking, like they had a sense of purpose. People, watch me, Mr. Pierre, I know people used to say, look, I'm working for my country, right? Listen, we have to work for, people just have purpose. You know, I mean.
And some people afraid to speak.
Well, yeah.
During that time.
Yeah.
But
listen, as we speak now, you have a lot of people afraid to speak now.
But nobody is saying them in jail. They might just don't get $9,000.
But you don't do that.
They might just don't give $9,000 and throw you out of the medical health plan.
Yes.
But I won't send him jail.
But listen, but if you take away somebody bread and butter and anything, that is as good as
no, but the jailers. The jailers. Can I make jail? And Dr. Japal and Light Noel And tell Thomas, they jail him too.
Sometimes it's a lesson. What a lesson.
Well, all we're saying is the truth. We say Maurice Bishop had good ideas. And a lot of people in the Caribbean and in the international community, Africa, like what Maurice Bishop was speaking about. But Maurice Bishop jailed too much people.
Oh, yeah, but listen, but...
And castrate some men and pull out the toenail and hurt women and whack on the back. How you gonna do that?
But listen, the same Cuba, which we call... Okay, Mr. Pierre, right, I don't want to be too long, but let me ask you one question. You against the Cuban revolution now?
Right now, I want Cuba release all the political prisoners and give them a fair trial. Free up Bolivia and see if you could survive.
But Mr. Pierre, right here in Grenada right now, you have a lot of innocent people in prison, you know.
They gave them a trial, they didn't succeed. They gave them a trial, some of them had lawyers to defend them.
But what to me? But no. But Mr. Pierre, did fairly too.
Huh?
They could be treated unfairly.
But at least they had an opportunity to defend themselves. Because sometimes going to court is not right or wrong. It's if you could defend yourself.
And oh God, right. But if you cannot defend yourself, what happens?
Well, you're going to jail, but Cuba doesn't give you a chance to defend yourself. You know? They're just locking you up.
No, but listen, but the same Cuba gave the Caribbean enormous amount.
The Caribbean was prostitutes. Those haters in the Caribbean are prostitutes. They prefer to accept from Cuba and shut their eyes while Cuba rot and languish in prison. That's unacceptable.
Because listen, up till now, I was listening to news this morning or sometime yesterday. I think Kamla in Trinidad and the one in Barbados, them against. Listen to me. Them against Cuba, getting any release from, you know.
No, Kamala one day right says to tight up the button on Cuba, and I agree there.
So you want that?
No. I want solidarity with the people in jail, not with the leadership.
So Mr. Pierre, so after well, I am at sympathy with
Cuba to release Donald Trump. Yeah, what Donald Trump?
But the people in Cuba, listen to me. But the population in Cuba is in darkness when the night comes. You supporting that?
Color, let go the people in jail, free up the area, and give the people a chance to choose the government. Donald Trump said, "Let's make a deal. Let go all the people in prison. Let them go."
Well, Father,
you don't have a...
Listen, Father, mother, let go prisoners. We'll let go prisoners the world over.
Well, colored, those people was not tried. Those prisoners in Grenada, even though they don't thief for the whole, how many people land with the sauce up? They say I don't thief. The man rest his sauce up on me, but the man should have believed them. They get a chance to defend themselves. But the Cubans was jailed because they disagree with the government. Calling life for them in Cuba, they're in jail.
I know that.
Ain't it?
Yeah.
What I do, all I do, I say dick line like when hospitting.
No, but Mr. Pierre, but sometimes what you say, where you could be lying to, you know.
But in revolution, you know, if I say what I say, they're dead.
Anyway, I don't want to be too long.
Thank you. And that was our last caller for the day, you know. And sometimes we joke about it, but the people nobody is expressing solidarity with the thousands of prison people in jail in Cuba, without charge, without trial, without an opportunity to defend themselves. CARICOM leaders, call on Cuba to release all the prisoners. For 65 years, you have people in jail because they say the government no good. Release them. Give them a fair trial. Let the trade union in Cuba be independent as the trade union in Grenada. And give the people of Cuba an opportunity to choose the government of their choice. Come on. United States and Cuba is technically at war, economic war. United States start the economic challenge against Grenada. You notice I ain't using the word war. I'm saying economic challenge. They put in Grenada under heavy manners. They say 15,000 if you have to go to America. A number of Grenadians go to America and go in Kings County Hospital. Either Kings County or Queens County. I don't know which one. And sometimes they get free medical here. Some people have holiday here. They go in America, they spend 3 months and they make a few dollars, they buy things, they come back. Now, United States is putting restriction on travel. They could go worse, you know. They could put a 30% tax on all remittance coming to Grenada. They could put tax on tourists traveling to Grenada. They could make it more difficult for the hotels. So while you're building big hotels here, the United States could make it more difficult for you. Now, why is Grenadians supporting leaders that pushing communism, Marxist-Leninism, and the 80s? Why? There are some extremists in our country that will be directly in confusion or in opposition or in contradiction with the United States of America. We have to put our economic realities in front of our personal political ambition. When we select leaders to lead us, is not to spread their own personal agenda. If you're a communist, tell the people, I'm a communist. If you're an atheist, tell the people, I'm an atheist. And let them make up the decision. But don't send Peter David in front because he's a nice man. All the time you know you want to push extreme views that would be in direct opposition to your economic realities. That don't make sense. We are in the last week of the Lenten season. Next week, we are approaching the holiest period in Christendom, in the Catholic area. And then after that, we have Easter Sunday. Easter is one of the holiest, the highlight. Easter to the Catholics are bigger than Christmas. But however, because of commercialization and gift giving, Christmas look bigger. So you had an opportunity where you were making sacrifice. You was denying yourself. So you had more money now to give alms, to make charity. And when this season finished, you ought to be a better person. We want to encourage you to continue to do your utmost to develop this country. We have our politicians, and if our politicians do good, we will benefit. And we have to ensure that our politicians walk the straight and narrow. That is our responsibility. Those who support the government, nudge the government to do right thing. And those who don't support the government, point out where the government is going wrong. So the government would walk the straight and narrow. We thank you very much. We're back with you again next week. Once the clock struck 12, we're hoping to be there with you. Obviously, Good Friday and Easter Monday, you don't expect to find us because we're celebrating. Thank you very much.
When the clock hits 12, you know where to be. Turn it up, Real FM, ride the frequency. Talking truth, talking change. to faith the latest trend.